Hello and welcome to Hixxy Studio. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make this flip top box. Now, it's June, so as I'm sure most of you are aware, in craft world, we start to get the C word out, but I'm not going to use the C word. We're going to go with winter and not. So, I have this lovely snowflake nesting die set. It's Jeanine's art, and it's called Winter Charm. It's beautiful. So this will cut out a mat. You can use it in conjunction with these to cut out a border, and these cut out some really lovely nesting borders as well, stitch borders. Now, to decorate, I wanted some snowflakes. You don't get any in this particular die set, so I've used them from another set from the Winter Charm collection called Landscape. So these comes with these nice little 3 snowflakes, which is what we've used to decorate. So let's start with the box. Now, like I said, I have used this Winter Charm collection, but you can use this anything with a flip top box. Entirely up to you how you want to decorate it. So we are starting with 3 pieces of card. So this piece is an 8 1/4 inch square, and we're going to score it at 2 1/4 all the way around. And then these are 4 by 6 1/4, and again we're going to score at 2 1/4. So let's do this now. We don't need to worry about box base, box lid, because it's not that kind of box. So we're just going to use the butt it up to the left hand side of our board. So what did I say? 2 1/4. There's 2 1/4. 2 1/4. 2 1/4. And 2. Oops, 2 1/4. So there's our box. Just checking that I've done that right. 2 1/4. 2 1/4. Okay, so that's the main part of the box, and then we're going to score these also at 2 1/4. And I'm just going to score them on both sides, because I can never remember which way around I'm going to fold them. So let's start with this. Let's get our foam folder, and we'll just fold and burnish. I think you think, oh, that doesn't look right, but it does. I need to trust. I need to trust myself. Oh, I'm not sure. Okay, so I'm folding and burnishing all of those, and I'm going to grab my big scissors, and I'm going to cut down, and then cut out a triangle there to create our little tabs. And that. I'm not going to stick anything together yet, because I want to put something in here at the bottom of the box, and it'll be a lot easier to stick it in before I stick it together. So that's going to be this part of the box, and it sits on this. So I am going to fold it that way. Now I'm folding it so that what am I trying to say? So that the pearl shows up this way. Okay, so that when we open the box, we can see the pearl side, and then we'll cover, this will be covered, this will be covered, and this will be covered. So we won't actually see the plain side. So I am going to stick those together, because that's not going to affect anything. So we'll just put some glue. Whoops, not on board. So we're just going to stick those together like so. Just make sure that they still fold, that you haven't stuck it too far up that way. Okay, and we'll put, that's all the box bits, we'll put that to one side. Now we need to cut these bits for the top, and I did the same for the bottom, and I have cut them in both pearl so that we get to see the pearl again alongside the pearl here and the pearl on the bottom here, and then the navy. So essentially you're cutting this 4 times, 2 out of the pearl and 2 out of the blue. Okay, so I'm going to grab my piece of blue. I already have the other ones cut. So we want the whole mat. So we don't want to put any dies in the middle because we want to, what was I going to say? We want the whole mat. I'm very sorry, my brain has just suddenly switched itself off. I think I need to do a reset. Okay. I know what, I was half thinking of something else. When I did this box the first time, well, as you can see on the sample, I haven't got anything that holds the box together. So I am going to try, not to try it, we're going to, if I remember, we're going to put a ribbon tie on it. Let's hope I remember. I put the ribbon there, just in the hope that it will remind me, and I can show you how we can put a ribbon to tie here to keep it closed. Okay, so this is, hopefully, let's have a look, let's turn it over. And yeah, it looks like that's all cut nicely. Remove the tape and brush. I'm just going to clean up the dye there. Get rid of the rest of it. I'll clean it more thoroughly later. There's a few little bits that now that has reminded me. These little bits are extremely weak, and I did have a few little issues. Now I have actually, if I get this one out, I have actually, if you can see, I've actually cut them off on this. Not because they're a weak point of the die, but because they actually, because when they stick out, they will break on a box like this because they're hanging over. But when you take it out of the die, you need to be really careful. And I forgot, and I haven't been careful, and you can see, although it's cut, that one's broken off, that one's broken off, and that one's broken off. Now, it's not the end of the world because you can pop them out and then you can join them back on. But it's just something to be very aware of if you want to keep the die intact. For this one, I don't need to. So I'm not going to worry too much because we're going to snip them off anyway. In fact, I'm going to snip them off before we stick it together. If you're using it like on a card or something where you're going to stick the whole of it down, then you know you can reattach them if you need to. Now I'm using two layers, a navy and a not very well. I still see the bits. I'm using a navy and the Centura. Partly it's for the way it looks, but also it gives it a lot more strength. It gives it more strength if you've got the 2 layers on. But as I said, these bits, they end up just getting completely bent and crushed. So for this particular project, you're better off just snipping them out. But it's kind of one of those things to just bear in mind when you're using it, that those little bits are vulnerable little pieces. So I'll cut them off of there, and I'm going to cut them off of the pearl one as well. And then we can stick these two parts together. I mean, just because they're there doesn't mean you have to keep them there. It's like the same with any kind of die. You can always chop into things and remove bits that don't work for the particular project that you're doing. You can see as even as I'm running my finger around the edge, they get bent out of shape. And that's why they've come off on this box, because they will just end up totally crushed. And one more, yes, one more. Right, so those are all the bits we don't need, so we're going to get rid of them. And then I'm going to stick these two together. I'm going to grab a piece of paper. I'm going to first of all use my fine point glue applicator. Once the glue gets down in there. There we go. So to just put it on these finer outer parts, and then we will use the bigger applicator for all the bits in the middle. So I've got a bit quiet there because I drifted off a little bit while I was applying the glue. I forgot you were all there. So just one more side with the fine tip. It is worth taking the time because you really do want these parts. These are the bits that need reinforcing the most, so you really do want them to be stuck to the other layer. Okay, there's that. And then use my big dried up few minutes since we used it last. There we go. So it's there we go. Okay, so now remember to turn this so that the good side, if you like, is downwards, and then the good side is up, and it's a nice symmetrical kind of die, so it works. If it wasn't symmetrical, you wouldn't be able to put them back to back. You will, you know, it's best in the world, you're going to end up with a little bit of a drop shadow in places, but I'm not too worried about that. Actually, I think it adds a little extra. Right, so we've got our two pieces here. One is going to sit on the bottom of the box, which will be there, and one is going to sit on the top like so. And what I'm going to do before I forget is I'm going to cut the two pieces of ribbon that we will sandwich in there. Let's cut two roughly the same lengths. If I put the ribbon with it, then hopefully I will remember to excuse me, to add it. Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll sandwich one piece in like so. I'll use some red liner tape to do that, and then one piece in like so, and then we'll be able to tie them around. Okay, so should we do that now? Actually, we will do that now. We will do that now. So, grab my red liner and I'm going to put, in fact, I'm going to cut that in half. Next to each other. I've probably got a thicker bit in my box, but we'll go with that. So I want a couple of pieces on that one, and a couple of pieces on that one. That half. Okay, and I'm just going to put the lid on this before this one. Okay, and take off the red liner. And if this one's the top, that needs to go like so. And if this one's the bottom, both pieces of the line of the tape. Doesn't matter if the tape is wider than your ribbon, because you're going to stick this down in a moment anyway. So there's our other piece. So I'm going to put glue on here. Yes. I'm just making sure I'm not I'm not sticking anything before I need to. So this is going to sit, and it sits within the square so that you've got the bit sort of sticking out, and then same will be on this side. Going to go this way. So, I'm going to tell you the other bit we should have done before that, but that's, you can still do it. This is the bit that's going to cover up the spine, which is why I've got spine written on it, and it will fit in there. Okay, so that's our kind of wrap round, if you like, for our box. We'll just put that to the side to dry as well with the other part of the box, and then we're going to look at all the bits to create the decoration inside and outside the box. And all I've used are the nesting square frame dies that come with the snowflake nesting dies, and I've used the snowflake dies from the landscape die set. So I've used 3 colours. I've used the navy, I've used that kind of I've used the navy, this kind of aqua blue, and the Centura pearl. So you will need to cut the 3 squares, and you need to cut them individually. Don't nest them. You need to cut them individually. And then we also, in fact, we can probably get it on this piece of card as well. We also need to cut, I don't think I need all the snowflakes, but we'll cut them anyway. I need a bit more tape. There we go. And just like that. And there. And that on. And I'm going to use one little trim of card in there. Like I said, you need to, so I've used 3 different colours of card, and for each colour I've cut all of that. So I've cut the snowflakes, and all 3 of the frames. Got one cut. Not quite. I'm going to turn that purely because it's on a slightly different kilter, I think. Let's check. The others are all cut. So what I'm going to do, one piece that's not cut. This one is. Well, do you know what? Let's just go with it. I can put my knife through that rather than running it through again. So from this, let's get all the dies out and then I can talk to you about what I'm doing. Okay, I am just going to get my craft knife and just run it down that line there, and then this one here. Right, so from this you get, from each one you get a frame and a square. So that's that one. And then that's the smallest one. And then this is the larger one. Like that. So you do that out of the 3 different colours so that we can layer them up in different ways. And then I've got the 3 snowflakes. And this is from the landscape. So have a look on the channel, because I've got a couple of other videos which use the landscape one, and another one that uses the landscape and the nesting as well. Let's just put these back because these are the sort of dies I tend to lose, these little ones. Okie dokie. Right, so as I said, we need that in all the colours. So I've got there's the rest of the snowflake. Navy and in the aqua. Now I'm going to put these to the side because I've already got these laid up so that I would remember the order, and then I can show you. If I move these to the side like this, and I can show you which bits are which. And then this one. So this one is for the inside of the box. Okay, so I've cut a piece, and I'm hoping I've still got a piece somewhere. No, that is the piece. I've cut a piece that will fit in the bottom of the box like so. Okay, now it could be that you might want to use a different colour, but I went for navy, and then I used the largest navy frame and the largest pearl square sit inside it. Goodness me. Okay, then I used the middle size aqua frame and the middle size navy square, and then I used the smallest white with the smallest aqua square like so, and then I've used the 3 navy snowflakes to decorate. So that's the bit for the inside. The bit for the top, I have used, let's go, the largest Centura pearl frame with the largest aqua square. Then I used the middle navy frame with the middle Centura square, and then the smallest aqua one with the smallest, like that. Just a case of playing with the colours. You get a few left over, but they can always go in your kind of like box of pre-cut shapes. So now for the base, I'm going to move this to the side. For the base, I have just stuck them on quite straight. The first thing, however, I'm going to do is just make sure that this is going to fit in. It's going to go that way. I'm just going to put myself a little arrow, and I'm going to stick that on. That's going to go in like so, and all the sides fold up. So just make sure that it is all going to fold up after you've stuck it on. And then I need my tweezers. And I am just for speed for the moment, I'm just going to use the bigger glue. I'm putting frame, and then the square inside. Just checking I'm doing that the right way around. Yep, so the square will fit in there. Then this one. That will go. And like I say, I'm getting some glue splodges because I am just using my big glue. It will, however, dry clear, so it won't. It's not going to be hugely obvious. So that's going to fit in there, and then make sure that's the right way up. Then this one and sits like so. With I don't know why I've got hold of that with the tweezers because it's big enough for me to hold, and then that one goes in, and then we're going to. I will need my little one now because we need to put some glue on these. Oh, come on, there we go. I'm just going to put a little splodge. So there's one. That's two. And then this one. That's three. Oh, there we go. Come on, stick. You know you want to. Right, so now that's got its bottom in, so to speak. We can just getting some pegs there. We can do the box sides. I mean, it's not impossible to do if you had already stuck the sides, but it is so much easier if you wait. Okay, so let's sides up. Ooh. Oh, you know you want to. Oh, come on. Making a bit of a mess of that I was. They do overlap in the middle. I don't mind that. If you prefer, you can cut some more off of these bits here. But I think it adds a little bit more sort of strength to the box if it's left. Okay, so we'll leave that to dry while we are decorating the top. Okay, so this time we'll go back to the big one again. Okay. So this time we're going to kind of like offset them just to give it a little bit more interest. So this one I'm kind of trying to do is to get it touching the sort of stitched sides. Oh, and then I move it. That's not what I need. Like I say, this glue will dry clear, so we're all right. When you have more time, then just use your fine tip. Okay, so this one is just going to fit in like that. Okay, the next one then is the navy one, and we're going to again twist this. Woo! Running away. And we're going to twist it that way, so it's going to sit inside of that white one, twisted the opposite way, like so. And then we put the square inside, and then I'm going to do it slightly different. Last time I went round again, I'm going to go back that way this time. Something different. And that now I'm just going to put a blob of glue in the middle of each of these snowflakes. And I'm going to layer the other one on top. Oh, stay still, stay still. Okay. Okie dokie. And then glue. That's one. That's two. And oh, I've got glue on my fingers, so it's sticking to my fingers. So there's the three. And then the last thing we need to do is to add the box bit in. So this should now be dry. And I just need to add glue to the bottom here. And then that is going to sit in here. It's not as big, it sits inside. Just press down from the inside. And then the lid comes over, and now this time we can actually tie the bow to keep it closed. Like so. Probably tie it a bit tighter than that actually, wouldn't I? So put that way. Ooh, open, close. I think I'm back a bit here. Right, there we go. There's our bow. And so what I'm going to do is I am going to, with my scissors, I am going to just trim the end. So I'm folding it in half, and then I'm cutting in like so. Shorten this one a fair bit, like so. There we go. Now you could even add some pearls on the top, you know, further embellish it. But there we have our little flip top box from using the Winter Charm collection by, I'm going to say Jeanine's Art. I think it's Jeanine's Art. Yeah, Jeanine's Art. So we used the Snowflake nesting die, which are all here. big seal. And I used the snowflakes from the landscape set from that collection to create our little box. Can be used for a gift in the winter time or for when it comes. Okay, have a check out of the channel. I've got some more videos using these two dies and plenty of other things to hopefully inspire you. Thank you for joining me.